São Paulo is the most populous city in Brazil and the capital of the state of São Paulo. Listed by the GAWC as an Alpha Global City, São Paulo is the most populous city outside of Asia and the world's fourth largest city proper by population. Additionally, São Paulo is the largest Portuguese-speaking city in the world. It exerts strong international influences in commerce, finance, arts, and entertainment. The city's name honors the apostle, Saint Paul of Tarsus. The city's metropolitan area, the Greater São Paulo, ranks as the most populous in Brazil and the 12th most populous on Earth. The process of conurbation between the metropolitan areas around the Greater São Paulo, Campinas, Santos, Jundiaí, Sorocaba, and São José dos Campos, created the São Paulo macrometropolis, a megalopolis with more than 30 million inhabitants, one of the most populous urban agglomerations in the world. Having the largest economy by GDP in Latin America, the city is home to the São Paulo Stock Exchange. Paulista Avenue is the economic core of São Paulo. The city has the 23rd largest GDP in the world, representing 10.7% of all Brazilian GDP and 36% of the production of goods and services in the state of São Paulo, being home to 63% of established multinationals in Brazil, and was responsible for 28% of the national scientific production in 2005, as measured by the number of science papers published in journals. The metropolis is also home to several of the tallest skyscrapers in Brazil, including the Mirante do Vale, Edifício Italia, Banespa, North Tower, and many others. The city has cultural, economic, and political influence nationally and internationally. It is home to monuments, parks, and museums such as the Latin American Memorial, the Ibirapuera Park, Museum of Ipiranga, São Paulo Museum of Art, and the Museum of the Portuguese Language. Its main university, the University of São Paulo, is considered the best in Brazil and Latin America. The city holds events like the São Paulo Jazz Festival, São Paulo Art Biennial, the Brazilian Grand Prix, São Paulo Fashion Week, the ATP Brazil Open, the Brazil Game Show and the Comic Con Experience. São Paulo is a cosmopolitan, melting pot city, home to the largest Arab, Italian, and Japanese diasporas, with examples including ethnic neighborhoods of Bixiga, Bom Retiro, and Liberdade. In 2016, inhabitants of the city were native to over 200 countries. People from the city are known as paulistanos, while paulistas designates anyone from the state, including the paulistanos. The city's Latin motto, which it has shared with the battleship and the aircraft carrier named after it, is non ducer, duco, which translates as I am not led, I lead. The city, which is also colloquially known as Sampa, Selva de Pedra, Jungle of Stone, or Terra de Garo, Land of Drizzle, is known for its unreliable weather, the size of its helicopter fleet, its architecture, gastronomy, severe traffic congestion and skyscrapers. São Paulo was one of the host cities of the 1950 and the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Additionally, the city hosted the 4 Pan American Games, Miss Universe 2011, and the São Paulo Indy 300. São Paulo is the capital of the most populous state in Brazil, São Paulo, located at latitude 23°3301 south and longitude 46°3802 west. The total area of the municipality is 1,521.11 square kilometers, 587.30 square miles, according to the Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics, IBGE, being the 9th largest in the state in terms of territorial extension. Of the entire area of the municipality, 949,611 square kilometers, 366,647 square miles, are urban areas, 2015, being the largest urban area in the country. The city is on a plateau placed beyond the Serra do Mar, Portuguese for sea range or coastal range, itself a component of the vast region known as the Brazilian Highlands, with an average elevation of around 799 meters, 2,621 feet, above sea level, although being at a distance of only about 70 kilometers, 43 miles, from the Atlantic Ocean. The distance is covered by two highways, the Anchieta and the Immigrants, sea transportation below, that roll down the range, leading to the port city of Santos and the beach resort of Guarujá. Rolling terrain prevails within the urbanized areas of São Paulo except in its northern area, where the Serra da Cantareira range reaches a higher elevation and a sizable remnant of the Atlantic rainforest. The region is seismically stable and no significant activity has ever been recorded. The Tite River and its tributary, the Pinheiros River, were once important sources of fresh water and leisure for São Paulo. However, heavy industrial effluents and wastewater discharges in the later 20th century caused the rivers to become heavily polluted. A substantial cleanup program for both rivers is underway. Neither river is navigable in the stretch that flows through the city, although water transportation becomes increasingly important on the Tite River further downstream, near River Parana, as the river is part of the River Plate Basin. In 2013, São Paulo was the most populous city in Brazil and in South America. According to the 2010 IBGE census, there were 11,244,369 people residing in the city of São Paulo. Portuguese remains the most widely spoken language and São Paulo is the largest city in the Portuguese-speaking world. São Paulo is considered the most multicultural city in Brazil. From 1870 to 2010, approximately 2.3 million immigrants arrived in the state, from all parts of the world. The Italian community is one of the strongest, with a presence throughout the city. Of the 12 million inhabitants of São Paulo, 50%, 6 million people, have full or partial Italian ancestry. São Paulo has more descendants of Italians than any Italian city. The largest city of Italy is Rome, with 2.8 million inhabitants. The metropolitan region of São Paulo is known as the financial, economic, and cultural center of Brazil. Among the largest municipalities, Guarulhos, with a population of more than 1 million people is the biggest one. Several others count more than 100,000 inhabitants, such as São Bernardo do Campo, 811,000 INH, and Santo André, 707,000 INH, in the ABC region. The ABC region, comprising Santo André, São Bernardo do Campo and São Caetano do Sul in the south of Grande São Paulo, is an important location for industrial corporations, such as Volkswagen and Ford Motors. Because São Paulo has urban sprawl, it uses a different definition for its metropolitan area, alternately called the expanded metropolitan complex of São Paulo and the São Paulo macrometropolis. Analogous to the Boss-Wash definition, it is one of the largest urban agglomerations in the world, with 32 million inhabitants, behind Tokyo, which includes 4 contiguous legally defined metropolitan regions and 3 microregions. The Catholic Church divides the territory of the municipality of São Paulo into 4 ecclesiastical circumscriptions, the Archdiocese of São Paulo, and the adjacent Diocese of Santo Amaro, the Diocese of São Miguel Paulista and the Diocese of Campo Limpo, the last 3 suffragans of the first. The archive of the Archdiocese, called the Metropolitan Archival Dom Duarte Leopoldo e Silva, in the Ipiranga neighborhood, holds one of the most important documentary heritage in Brazil. The Archiepiscopal is the Metropolitan Cathedral of São Paulo, known as SE Cathedral, in Praça SE, considered one of the 5 largest Gothic temples in the world. The Catholic Church recognizes as patron saints of the city Saint Paul of Tarsus and Our Lady of Penha of France. The city has the most diverse Protestant or Reformed creeds, such as the Evangelical Community of Our Land, Maranatha Christian Church, Lutheran Church, Presbyterian Church, Methodist Church, Anglican Episcopal Church, Baptist Churches, Assembly Church of God, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, the World Church of God's Power, the Universal Church of the Kingdom of God, the Christian Congregation in Brazil, among others, as well as Christians of various denominations. Since the beginning of the 20th century, São Paulo has been a major economic center in Latin America. During two world wars and the Great Depression, coffee exports, from other regions of the state, were critically affected. This led wealthy coffee farmers to invest in industrial activities that turned São Paulo into Brazil's largest industrial hub. The primary language is Portuguese. Other languages spoken in the city are mainly among the Asian community. São Paulo is home to the largest Japanese population outside Japan. Although today most Japanese Brazilians speak only Portuguese, some of them are still fluent in Japanese. São Paulo has public and private primary and secondary schools and vocational technical schools. More than 9/10 of the population are literate and roughly the same proportion of those aged 7 to 14 are enrolled in school. There are 578 universities in the state of São Paulo. The city of São Paulo is also home to research and development facilities and attracts companies due to the presence of regionally renowned universities. Science, technology, and innovation is leveraged by the allocation of funds from the state government, mainly carried out by means of the Foundation to Research Support in the State of São Paulo, Fundação de Amparo à Pesquisa do Estado de São Paulo, FAPESP, one of the main agencies promoting scientific and technological research. São Paulo is one of the largest healthcare hubs in Latin America. Among its hospitals are the Albert Einstein Israelites Hospital, ranked the best hospital in all Latin America, and the Hospital das Clínicas, the largest in the region, with a total area of 600,000 square meters and offers 2,400 beds, distributed among its 8 specialized institutes and 2 assisting hospitals. São Paulo is considered the financial capital of Brazil, as it is the location for the headquarters of major corporations and of banks and financial institutions. São Paulo is Brazil's highest GDP city and one of the largest in the world. Automobiles are the main means to get into the city. In March 2011, more than 7 million vehicles were registered. Heavy traffic is common on the city's main avenues and traffic jams are relatively common on its highways. The city is crossed by 10 major motorways. São Paulo has 2 main airports, São Paulo/Guarulhos International Airport for international flights and national hub, and São Paulo, Congonhas Airport for domestic and regional flights. Another airport, the Campo de Marte Airport, serves private jets and light aircraft. The 3 airports together moved more than 58,000,000 passengers in 2015, making São Paulo one of the top 15 busiest in the world, by number of air passenger movements. The region of Greater São Paulo is also served by Viracopos International Airport, São José dos Campos Airport and Jundiaí Airport. São Paulo has an urban rail transit system, São Paulo Metro and CPTM, that serves 184 stations and has 377 kilometers 234 miles of track, forming the largest metropolitan rail transport network of Latin America. The underground and urban railway lines together carry some 7 million people on an average weekday. The São Paulo Metro operates 104 kilometers, 65 miles, of rapid transit system, with 6 lines in operation, serving 91 stations. Bus transport, government and private, is composed of 17,000 buses, including about 290 trolley buses. São Paulo T bus terminal is the second largest bus terminal in the world, after PABT in New York. It serves localities across the nation, with the exception of the states of Amazonas, Roraima, and Amapá. São Paulo is home to the 2 most important daily newspapers in Brazil, Folha de São Paulo and O Estado de São Paulo. Also, the top 3 weekly news magazines of the country are based in the city, Veja, Época and Isto. 2 of the 5 major television networks are based in the city, Band and Record TV, while SBT and Rede TV are based in Osasco, a city in the São Paulo metropolitan area, while Globo, the country's most watched TV channel, has a major news bureau and entertainment production center in the city. In addition, Gazeta is at Paulista Avenue and the city is used for its station idents since 2014. Many of the major AM and FM radio networks of Brazil are headquartered in São Paulo, such as Jovem Radio Mix, Transamerica, Band News FM, CBN, 89A Radio Rock, Kiss FM, and Band FM. The telephone area code for the city of São Paulo is 11. The city hosts sporting events of national and international importance, such as the São Paulo Grand Prix, held at the Interlagos circuit. Among the main events that São Paulo hosted are the 1950 FIFA World Cup, the 1963 Pan American Games, the 2000 FIFA Club World Championship, the 2014 FIFA World Cup opening ceremony, and 5 more matches from the same tournament, and the city also has a jockey club, where the first race took place on October 29, 1876. As in the rest of Brazil, football is the most popular sport. The city's major teams are Corinthians, Palmeiras and São Paulo. Portuguesa is a medium club and Juventus, Nacional and Barcelona EC are 3 small clubs. Volleyball, basketball, skateboard, and tennis are other major sports. There are several traditional sports clubs in São Paulo that are home for teams in many championships. The most important are Esporte Club Pinheiros, water polo, women's volleyball, swimming, men's basketball and handball, Club Atlético Paulistano, basketball, Esporte Club Bainspot, volleyball, handball, and futsal, Esporte Club Sirio, basketball, Associação Atlética Hebraica, basketball, Club Atlético Monte Libano, basketball, Club de Campo Associação Atlética Guapara, amateur football, and Club Atlético Ipiranga, multi-sports and former professional football. In Bom Retiro district, there is a public baseball stadium, Estadio Minichi, while Santo Amaro district is the seat of the Núcleo de Alto Rendimento, NAR, is a high-performance sports center focused on Olympic athletes. São Paulo is also rugby union's stronghold in Brazil, with the main rugby field in the city being at the São Paulo Athletic Club, São Paulo's oldest club, founded by the British community. The Cobras Brazil 15, Brazilian professional franchise that plays the Super Rugby Americas, is based in São Paulo. The city has 5 major stadiums: Morumbi Stadium, owned by São Paulo FC, Pacaembu Stadium, owned by the municipal administration, the Allianz Parque Arena by SE. Palmeiras, Cannon Stadium, owned by Portuguesa de Desportos, and Arena Corinthians, owned by Sport Club Corinthians Paulista, located in Itaquera. It also has several volleyball and basketball gyms, tennis courts, and many other sports arenas, such as the Ginásio do Ibirapuera, intended mainly for athletics. Thank you for watching this video.